Ladies and gentlemen, this video here contains flashing lights, like a lot of arcade games. It also contains some mild spoilers for a nearly 30-year-old anime, so if that disturbs you, then please go on Netflix. They also have Cowboy Bebop. Here is Asuka and Asuka, the first game completely from Visco, a company that's going to appear often in this list. The rights are a little bit complicated though, since it was made for Taito. I wish I could say it was lost to time, but that's not quite true, because right now it's available on one of these arcade bar top things that cost nearly €200, dollars, or whatever you use. There is a Visco collection on Steam and all modern consoles, but this game is nowhere to be found. But enough about that, we have a more pressing problem. It's called Asuka and Asuka, but I can only be one Asuka. So not only do we need to find another Asuka, but we also need to fill up the rest of this screen. Can we solve it? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1, go. On the left hand side we have Asuka and Asuka, where my Asuka is chasing the big bad guy. On the right hand side we have Neon Genesis Evangelion on the N64. Possibly one of the worst games I've ever played, and I've played Rise of the Robots, but damn does it look nice. And it's a good example because we need cooperation to get through this, through QTEs. This game is easy. I'm speaking of course from Asuka and Asuka, because no one really shoots at me. When I notice this, the game open up and they shoot in set patterns, so as long as I don't go looking for trouble, it's doable. I can scroll the screen a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, but most of the action is going to be in the middle, so I'm just going to avoid it. I'll kill all that needs to be killed, but not much more than that. Of course, that's not very entertaining, and this game lasts for about 20 minutes, so the other Asuka is pulling a lot of weight. Okay, it's actually shared responsibility with Shinji, but that's fine. I can play with others. I need to perform each command with the C buttons, and that turns into an attack. It needs to be synchronized, otherwise we fail, and then it's game over and we need to start again. But the timer is coming to an end now, and on the left we've entered a city. The city on the right might be destroyed. Oh well. And it looks like we screwed up. Oh well. I can attack this hospital coming up, and I don't know why. It seems a little bit cold-hearted. I've done it anyway. Maybe there are points involved in this. So Asuka and Asuka came out in 1988. It's a bit on the simpler side of things mechanically. There is a shot button and a bomb button. Who needs more buttons? And on the right side now, we're going to do the 100-meter hurdles in our mechs. All three of us. I need to press A in the green zone to get through, and we're done for one. On the left hand side I've got a power up item. Yes, there are power ups, and here comes Asuka, you can do it. Alright. 1, 2, 3, and done. So, there are different weapon types. There's a laser, there's some kind of blade attack, but those are mostly useless. The spread shot I have here is the best available. But on both sides we're getting ever closer to their respective bosses. The EVA unit makes a huge leap and Action 4 is coming, which is why I hate this game so much, because it involves a lot of button mashing. On the left hand side, of course, I'm using auto fire 15 times a second. Good enough for this boss here. On the right hand side I have nothing, and I've tried, it doesn't work, so I need to manually do it, alternate between A and C down, and it's long and it's hard and it hurts, and there's also a timer for it. Can I fend it off? On the left hand side, yeah, that's not a problem, it's almost over. On the right hand side, well, we're inching ever closer to the right hand side, but I need to do it in a amount of time. Can I do this? And I am furiously pressing it at the moment. Yes, it is done, and the boss disappears. But what are we doing on the left hand side? Well, it's gone as well, but the stage is not over. There are bonus points to collect, and they can be dangerous. Luckily I only need to stay in the middle and they'll fly by. It seems as though the world of Evangelion is safe for another week. Or not. Okay, there's an explosion, but it's fine, we're all living underground. Is it over on the left hand side? How many points do I have? No, just a few more to take care of, and there, no, one more. And there we have it. That should be 19 in total. I would say not bad, but I'm not playing for score, just for survival. Next stage, next Asuka. And we find ourselves for some reason with dinosaurs. That's why we're also playing Tekken 6 for the PSP that I'm playing on PS5, because I need to justify my PS Plus premium subscription somehow. Story mode on the PSP version is a bit different from consoles. There's no Tekken Force-esque mode here. It's a bit like what Street Fighter V would be. There are a handful of battles and a handful of story for each character, a movie at the end, then not much more than that. But when we speak of the arcade mode, then it's the same, so it's not bad to have on the go. In Asuka and Asuka is becoming a bit gruesome, so these very living creatures can turn into bloody corpses by my bullets, and they'll stay like that for a second or two, and not shoot, then disappear into oblivion after having just waited out for death. So I'm not going to shoot too many things, I'd like to sleep tonight, but we can see that the enemies don't care, they'll shoot anyway, but we can use that to avoid any trouble during this stage. Tekken Asuka is already on the second fight against what will be, or what seems to be, a Yakuza-themed Feng Wei, but I need to admit I'm not really that good in Tekken. I do the same in every game that I've been doing since the very first game, button mashing. I know a few moves and I'm going to abuse that fact, and I will spam them until the end of time if I have to. The first round is currently halfway through, and I'm not too worried about this fight. So back we go to the left side. There's a little bit more water now, and here comes a pterodactyl to shoot at me, which I do actually have to dodge. But this is what I needed after air assault. And with water comes the Loch Ness Monster. Many Nessies, in fact. Who could have imagined that? In level 3 of the Shmup list, there is a game which at least explains why it's going through time, but here we don't have that luxury. We just have to accept our dino friends and move on at a predetermined pace. It's looking a bit shaky for Tekken Asuka. Hopefully the power of button mashing will see her through. Now the Stegosaurus and Mammoth have joined forces, well, had. But stop has been put to that, and Feng Wei has also been stopped. I'm sure he'll be fine. Our heroine will not leave him unconscious in the snow, right? Right? Well, the story mode is so short that we're already at Jin. Each character has their own personal sub-boss, and this is it for Asuka. So, let's go. And I think he's cheating a bit with his supernatural powers, but that doesn't stop him flying in the air. Speaking of flying, on the left-hand side, there's nothing here. Okay, there will be a few enemies, but it's a bit boring. Just like air assault, this is easy because it's just easy. There are no tricks here, and while there are no safe spots, I guess there are technically safe general areas, you just need to accept that the high score is probably not going to be that great. It's a bit quiet at the moment. Is there going to be a boss coming up? Well, we're still fighting with Jin, so I don't think so, and Jin looks like he has a little bit of fight left in him. But oh, right, Asuka's been pushed towards the back. However, he goes up into the air. On the left-hand side, we're just shooting some things, and there we go. On to the final match, and why I chose this game in particular. It's another giant monster as the final boss. I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I can't explain any of this. I can only hit it, or be hit. One or the other. I've been stomped. That is not very nice. And what is the boss going to do now? Did he just disappear? That's not fair. But then, a lot of these bosses aren't fair. Hello, geese. But that's fine, we'll mash away, and it's also boss time on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to concentrate on one head, because the other disappears at the end despite not being hit. And the first round is over for Asuka. This weapon pickup is changing, but I need to just ignore it. I'm more than happy with this shot here. Yes, there's also a Beyblade. I don't know why they're hanging out with Hydras. Looks like I'm in trouble on the right, so I'll focus on the left. I think one of the heads is gone because there are less shots. And Asuka is coming back, and it's over on the left hand side, and like I said, a little bit gruesome. Asuka 2 is back, the dragon thing is glowing red, that's good, right? Last hit, and yes, we are done. Asuka has won. And now for bonus round for Asuka. They fire bullets now, can be problematic if I don't pay attention, but not really. Each character gets their own FMV ending, and this is upscale from the PSP, so it looks horrible, especially on the PS5. And, oh no, lunch is ruined. Oh, however are we going to resolve this situation? No idea, the stage is over, let's look forward to the next, and the next Asuka. It's a little bit mystical is our third stage. There's magic in the air, which can only mean one thing, one Asuka. fighting mask with mask. Here she comes, there she is, the Empress of Tomorrow, Kana-chan herself, or Asuka in WWE. And this is the first wrestling game I've played since No Mercy on the N64. Left side is fine because the danger follows a specific path. They'll go a little to the left, a little to the right, down below, then disappear completely. All the while, Asuka is doing her dance, and Asuka Prime is comfortable on the left hand side. We have a little bit of turrets that I'm just going to shoot for a little bit of fun. So we have here a nice little skull, but unfortunately you can't touch this. She's not Roman Reigns, she doesn't need 5 minutes to get into the ring, but as of recording I'd only done the tutorial. So what would make a good match type for a complete beginner? We'll find out in a few moments. Until then, there are turrets, but again, they're not very good at their job. Here we have an Easter Egg Island that comes and goes, and now that I'm thinking about it, this is the first PS Plus game that I've downloaded since... wow, Sifu. That is a very long time. So, where are we going to continue this story for Asuka? In the middle of the Royal Rumble. Can I get my main event slot in WrestleMania only for The Rock to steal it? To be honest, no, probably not. But it does not look good, but that's fine. There are other chances like Elimination Chamber or something like that. Until then, let's focus on the left hand side where we're now in some sort of canyon and there are scorpions and skulls plenty and whatever this type is out of Jason and the Argonauts. Asuka 3 is currently resting. She is showing us her immense wisdom and experience. The wrestlers are coming out a bit quicker than they would in real life. I do enjoy it as a star system though, and Dave Meltzer would be proud. If you don't know who that is, I envy you. I truly do. So I'm finding myself drifting to the middle more often now, as if I'm trying to fight this boredom by shooting things. Maybe it's for the best I haven't spent... hold on, let me open my local Amazon. Wow, it's only 140 euros now. But still probably for the best I haven't spent 140 euros and instead relying on this single solitary quarter, or whatever it is in your local currency. Asuka 3 is... well, she's sat up at the moment. Maybe she'll get on her feet one day for an epic comeback. Yes, she is now, and what can she do? Well, laid one punch and now it's over. Thanks, Bailey. So, these shooting eyeballs are fun. It's not all of them, but only a select few that shoot at me and can be destroyed. But again, I'm just choosing a side and controlling it. There is actually a bit of dodging to do, but not an awful lot of it. Better late than never, I suppose. And over on the right hand side, we're taking Lita into the corner. Come on, Asuka. And it looks like Tiffy time is over. Nope, she has survived. But what is this? Oh, Bailey's out. That's a bit surprising. Yep, no one is shooting at me now, and that can only mean one thing. Asuka 3 is fine, but here comes Io Sky. And we are moving slowly, but very surely to the boss of this stage. And I'm beginning my fire just because it's something to do. Here is the boss. So I can completely ignore this head for the time being. I need to focus just on the body. Like you can see, these patterns are not very much. There's a big gap between them each time that I can nestle into. Maybe I can weave my way through, but let's keep it simple. My confidence is lacking at the moment and this position is quite comfortable. But eventually I will need to move and we'll come up against the biggest foe in this game, my ability to throw things away, and it is a very big ability. I'm going to use this opportunity to remind you all that currently I have 3 bombs that I can use, but instead I'm focusing on this. The body is starting to crumble, and when it is gone, that means the start of phase 2. 1 bomb is away. I always need to be in front of him, and it's tough because my shot doesn't go very far. And here I am watching this, wondering why I'm not using any more of my bombs. Come on past me, please, do something. And what's with Asuka 3? Well, no, she's still there. I wonder if this would have been easier if I had the blade attack. Oh well, just trying my best at the moment to not make any mistakes, despite myself trying to do so. 2 bombs, come on! My mind is starting to wander elsewhere, of course, as I just do the same thing over and over again. But at the moment we are looking as if we're going to survive this. maybe on the right hand side as well, but no, we're dead. And what's that? Gradius? Why hello there, it's been a while. Yep, I'm now weak again, so I need to use these bombs more than ever because I'm not really in much of a state to hit him head on. Hopefully, but I've only got one bomb left. Well, alright. Maybe I am in a state because it's over and we're in the bonus round. And how is Asuka coming along? I can't actually see her at the moment. Oh, she's on the floor being attacked by Piper. And now she's on the floor with no one caring for her whatsoever. Bonus round has started on the left hand side. Lita has come to her feet. And oh, that's been disrupted. But Lita has come with her finishing move. Whatever the equivalent is, it's a DDT. And Asuka is in a dizzy state. It looks like it might be over. Yep, Irish whip into the ropes. It's over. Oh well. On to the next stage and the next Asuka. Everyone knows this Asuka, the perfect Asuka for when you're in a weakened state, and everyone knows this game series. This game came out on nearly every console imaginable in the early to mid 90s. But is this Asuka enough? There's a bar on the bottom left hand side. It's filling up. It says 100%. That's not enough. Need a little bit more. There it is, 120%. Here is my firepower. Yes, everyone, this is Asuka, 120%. Limited Burning Festival, limited on the Saturn. And I have the 120%, so I'm going to spam. But my opponent can also spam. It's a little bit close in this round, but it is over. This is Asuka, the lead character of this story and the best chemistry student in the land. Taking this forward, and it will be completely in Japanese, so I have absolutely no idea what is happening. On the left hand side, we're back nearer the present, and I'm getting my power back slowly but surely. But on the right hand side, we are going into the penultimate battle in story mode against a schoolgirl and her frog. I wish I could say that the frog was only cosmetic, but no. Here is the Sagat of the Asuka world. And at the beginning I need to fill my meter, and for that I need time. So to do that I need to play this game normally, with combos and things like that, special moves. It's like most of the fighting games that came out during this period, a Street Fighter clone. There's a Hadouken, a Tatsu, a Shoryuken, and all of this is valid here because, of course, Asuka is a Shoto. Right, a little bit more. There we go. I can spam. And for the spam time, I don't know how it functions, but if it's based on damage received or damage dealt, I just know that it works, and I'm using the time I have been given to do as many super fireballs as possible. But unfortunately, the super frog attack is a little bit better. I hate frogs. So if I use the meter when it's 100%, I get one move, but if it's 120%, then I get lots. How's it going on the left-hand side? It looks like we're playing Sky Shark or something like that. And it's a shame that this game is ending up like a generic military shooter. It's as if the game doesn't know what it wants to be. But of course, for fighting games, it was just the same in the 80s. It was mostly kung fu. But here we see, a decade later, a game that knows what it wants to be. It wants to be Street Fighter with schoolgirls, and it does that very well. On some consoles, it's even arguably the best fighting game available. But the left-hand side is mostly forgotten. Okay, so is Asuka 4, and thankfully also the frog. Hooray! Can I finish it on the right-hand side in 2 rounds? It's looking a little bit close. I've got half the meter there. I'm throwing as many special moves as I can and as many combos. She has a little bit left, but there we go. Oh. World War II continues on the left hand side, and we're going to the end of the right. It is a Saturn, so there's loading times, but the disc does allow for anime intros, which are of course worse quality than even Tekken on the PSP. Who the funk it? UMDs are better than CDs. Okay, story time, and I still have no idea what's going on, but my opponent is a tennis player, exactly like Kill the Kill I suppose, just, a few years before. And we're coming to the end boss for Asuka and Asuka. It's a base with an evil face. But unlike Air Assault or Karus, there's nothing even more terrifying lurking inside. And it looks like, it's going to be a long battle. No, I've been killed again. So this is the last life. and I'm getting rid of my bombs. Both sides, there are dangers, but at least I have bombs left still. And there's a Beyblade, I still don't know why. I've got one bomb left for Asuka 4. There's also still a lot to do, but the left hand side is where the drama is at the moment. And I've got no bombs left, I have no more lives. I have only a water pistol against a weaponized building. I need to concentrate, I'd rather not do this all over again if I don't have to. Come on, concentration. Don't be silly, I'm going to go in front of his face and shoot it off. Right, okay, looks like a round is over on the right hand side. I'm one up there. How am I doing on the left hand side? Yep, I've taken its jaw off or something, and that means next phase there. Second round is beginning for our chemistry genius. We're beginning with spam, lots of spam, but the spam can't be cancelled, so now it's spam against spam. I think the building has stopped shooting, or maybe not, it seemed a bit quiet, but there's still drama left. At least Asuka 120% has a life bar. I have no idea how much time is left on the left hand side, but it's long, very long. Coming to the end of the round, I need a little bit more meter, but then she is awfully close as well. On the left hand side, we're still just pew-pewing our way. She has meter, no. Ugh. And I've missed that completely, so the second round has gone to red, but now we can say that it is set point. On the left hand side, holy moly, how long is that going to last? There's no extra lives in this game, no chance to get one, so I've got no safety net at the moment. And... oh, right, I just needed to say it out loud. We're done. But of course there's still a bonus round left to do. I'll imagine if it went wrong there. And that gives me more time for the other Asuka. Right, the meter has gone completely, but so is our opponent's. Just need a little bit more concentration. Oh, we got a reversal into a combo. And a little bit more of attack. She is on the floor in the corner. But red is fighting back. And we've still got no meter. Now I'm going into the corner. 120%, but I'm in a dizzy state. Oh, I'm still able to use it, and there we go, it is done. Is the bonus round over on the left hand side? Yes, it is. So that's an Asuka and Asuka clear, as well as a few other Asuka clears. And here comes the story, which kind of hints at future loops, but thankfully for all of us, it's not the case. For Asuka 4 is the entire story still in Japanese, so who knows. Well, that was it. Thank you very much for being here. Until the next time, bye now.